So for a few years, people have been saying, mostly academics, they've been saying that we live in this post-factual age where facts no longer matter. I think, people have always listened subjectively. So people have always listened to things selectively. They've heard what they really want to hear. But today, because of algorithms, because of social media, this phenomenon is probably more pronounced than it ever was. We all thought that social media would bring a democratization of information, which it has. It has spread information, but it's also made it, thanks to these algorithms, a little biased. And you can now go to media where you will only hear stuff you're interested in. And that is a little bit dangerous, I think, because you don't get the whole picture. And there's been a little bit of a reaction against that, in terms like post-factual and post-truth are bandied about. For us, I think what really makes sense is just have as much broad information gathering as possible. So don't confine yourself to one medium or a few media that you like. Look at what the opposing camp also reads. Get your information from there as well, because that will always serve you in good stead. I think everyone would agree that it's become harder to fight misinformation. There's so much information, we are awash in a sea of information, if you will. And how do you fight misinformation when it's targeted at you or your company? And I don't know if there's a really good answer or a real silver bullet, but the best way to do it is to engage people, because most people know that when you are lying or you're not being honest, they can detect it. So the more open and transparent you are, and the more you marshal facts, even in a post-factual age, that will help. And then the other thing to do is to use voices that people trust. People trust certain outlets, certain voices. If you can use them to buttress your point of view or what you're trying to do, that will help. Putting yourself in the listener's shoes is always a good thing to do, because when we communicate, we often hear what's in our head, but the listener is coming from a different point of view or a different realization of things. And for you as a communicator, if you're going to be good, you have to bridge that gap.